arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
Yeah.
Is that a exercise?
Yeah, it's from Anchorman.
Oh, I don't remember that part. Well, I suppose I should start with an intro.
Oh yeah, we really need to develop like an intro.
Right.
Like some sort of conglomeration of something that's like the standard intro.
Maybe your intro will always be you two trying to figure out an intro. And that's just how it goes.
That could be.
That just happens naturally.
That could be. I mean, we are like sort of moving up. This is what episode number is this?
5. This will be 5.
Not counting the lost episode.
Not counting a lot. We don't talk about the lost episode.
The episode which must not be named.
Yes.
But so episode 5, we're moving up. We have a set now.
Right? It's nice.
We have a wall that looks like a checkered flag.
Right? Totally intentional.
We have a logo.
Indeed. Lights, the whole 9 yards.
I mean, every week it's getting something new. It's exciting.
Right? There probably won't be much new for a while.
I have my iced Kokomo from Dutch Bros.
Right?
I love this stuff.
I have water hiding.
Yeah, well, not everybody can be weak like me.
Weak?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Because I need the supplementation of the caffeine.
Mm.
I'm older now, bro.
True.
I'm older now.
As am I.
So what do we have on our docket today? I'm excited.
Oh,
I have things to talk about.
Do you have things to talk about? I have things to talk about as well.
Okay.
I've done research.
I have 3 things. I have 3 things. If we don't get to all 3 of mine, because I see you have a long list there.
I have a decently long list. It's actually just like 5 things, but I've written
2 more than my 3.
Okay. Well, would you like to start with one of my topics?
Sure.
Okay. I know you're caffeinated. You're excited.
I'm excited. I have more energy today than I did yesterday.
Nice.
Yeah. Because yesterday I was at work.
Yeah, fair. I thought you didn't work Fridays.
I don't. Oh. But I was at work yesterday.
Oh, lovely.
That's okay. Hey.
Yeah, extra hours.
It's just a stub toe.
Stub toe.
Yeah, So I told Erin yesterday. Erin's my wife. So I told Erin yesterday that I was like, there was a couple days this week after my birthday. I was like, it's just a couple bad days, a couple bad things happening. And I had this thought come to me of, you know what? Sometimes when there's darkness around you,
right,
you might stub a toe, but your foot still works and you can still walk. You just got to walk through the pain and eventually it'll be healed.
Just like Dad always said, walk it off.
Yeah, walk it off. So it's actually a good saying. But I told Erin last night, I was like, that's my new thing. From now on, something bad happens, I'm like, it's just a stub toe. Just got to walk through it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Kind of like a car, not really anything funny, comedic kind of podcast, and I'm giving you actual life advice.
Right.
That's my dad moment. Hopefully it wasn't too cringy for Jen.
No, it's just dad jokes that she cringes at.
Yeah, dad jokes.
Don't you dare.
I'll come up with something by the end of the cast.
I'm sure something will pop up.
I'm not a fisherman, but I'll cast one out there later.
That one wasn't too bad.
Really?
Yeah.
You could handle that one?
I handled that one pretty well.
Yeah,
wow.
I didn't even get like a sneer or a I didn't get anything.
She's advancing.
I really thought I was going to get some kind of reaction out of that.
Right.
I'm evolving.
You're evolving.
Mm-hmm.
Evolution's a lie. And the moon is hollow.
Hollow?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
That's why there's less gravity. They're really just bouncing. It's a big balloon.
Oh.
It's not real.
It's pretty legit.
Amazing.
Yeah, well, conspiracy corner a little too early.
I thought it was made out of cheese.
Well, it could be hollow cheese. Very thin layer of cheese with air inside.
So it's like it's like a giant inflated ball of cheese.
Yeah.
Things you'll only discover here on Break Check.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, let's get into your topic. We're rambling.
Okay.
We're rambling.
Yeah.
This is a fun day.
Well, my first talking subject, so I discovered that I've talked about Ford about every episode. So I'm breaking the streak.
Really?
I don't have anything about Ford.
Checking the brakes on Ford, huh?
I am. Checking the brakes.
Man.
My first topic was...
I'm having too much.
My first topic was, since we're in the football season, and I like sports, go sports.
Yeah. Score the thing in the thing.
Right? Hit the ball and get it in the place.
Yeah.
I thought to myself, okay, let's say you were a football player and you're new to the sport. You just got your first contract. big deal. You're making like $1 million a year, and you just won your first game, and you're going to your first ever party, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you were to spend 10% of the amount of money that you signed on the contract, so you had $100,000, what car would you buy to take to that party? Just brand new to the football season, people got their eyes on you.
So you're a new player to the professional football. Because you wouldn't get $1 million. Well, you could $1 million contract your first year.
I just looked up what the average amount of a football player was.
I think it would kind of depend. You're saying like if I was this person, what car would I get?
Yeah, like you. Like what car would you get?
Because I was going to say your personality sort of would factor into that a lot on whether or not you're, like a down to earth kind of person or if you were flashy. So what car would I get?
Yeah.
I would get. I mean, it's not planned that I was wearing this shirt, but I would get like a ZR1 Corvette.
Right.
That's what I would get. Probably a C7 ZR1 Corvette.
C7, not the C8 or
Yeah, I like the C7. They don't have the ZR1s, not in the C8 yet.
Okay.
So it's usually like a year or so after. Yeah.
Gotcha. So a ZR1 then.
Yeah, C7 ZR1.
All right.
Yeah,
all right.
manual. What would you get?
I was thinking about that. I was like, should I go with something?
Don't say Mustang. Please don't say Mustang.
I was thinking to myself, should I go with something like sporty, exotic, something like luxurious and, very cool looking, that's more chill, maybe go economical, save the money. I was thinking about it. Jen thinks I should go economical, which is boring.
That's because she's your wife.
You should get a tuk-tuk.
A tuk-tuk.
What is that? Is that that sounds like a surgical procedure that I would not want.
You should look it up.
Yeah.
A tuk-tuk?
A tuk-tuk.
Isn't that what Luke Skywalker rode and almost died on in the winter that Han had to come save him from?
Maybe, but it is also a vehicle in the real world.
Well, no, that was a tauntaun.
Tauntaun. Okay. Not a tuk-tuk.
Not a tuk-tuk. He took the tauntaun out and got abducted by the abominable snowman.
No cringe?
No.
Oh.
No? Not on that one?
Mm-mm.
That is now my goal.
I was going to say, now you have my goal to make Jen
cringe Jen every episode. It's going to happen. You just wait.
It's all right. I'll become stronger every episode.
It's going to become more of a challenge.
I'm going to strengthen my mind by going on YouTube and watching a whole bunch of cringy videos.
Okay.
I try to.
Do you have TikTok?
No.
Okay, well, if you have TikTok, it might be on YouTube, I don't know, but there's a thing called Cringe TV Show, and it's just a bunch of clips of all these old cringy things. Oh, it's so entertaining.
You got the cringe just for making her think about it.
We need to have some kind of board tally system, like an episode where Jen does not cringe, she gets a point. If I can get her to cringe, I get a point.
And then if you get so many points, then we strap her to the side of a car so she can get the epic shot.
We're doing that anyway.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough.
There could be some sort of reward or just the pride of knowing that I won.
There you go. That's true, too.
I mean, we know that
Jen will have to buy you a pizza.
A pizza. It's going to have to be Hawaiian, pineapple, and Canadian
and spinach?
bacon. No.
With artichokes?
No. That's not pizza. That's an abomination to the cultural...
It's actually pretty good.
Congratulations, San Francisco. You ruined pizza.
You ruined pizza.
With chicken.
Ugh.
Spinach, artichoke, and
pigeon.
chicken.
Yeah, spinach, artichoke, and pigeons, because that's essentially what you're eating.
Mm-hmm.
That could be, pigeon pizza. That could be a thing.
Anywho, back to the tuk-tuk.
What is a tuk-tuk?
You should look it up.
How do you spell it?
Is it T-U-K?
Isn't that tuk-tuk? So it's got the two dots or the line above the two dots?
It's got
the dimples?
T-U-K.
Is it a dimpled U? T-U-K, T-U-K. Oh, I know. Okay, I know what that is. I see those in The Amazing Race.
Oh, okay.
Where they, when they get to certain countries, they have to take a tuk-tuk or whatever word they used in the shows.
Mm-hmm. We watched an episode of the modern Top Gear, which I gave a second chance because I saw the first couple episodes when they lost the original three. And
the U.S. Top Gear?
No, the U.K. Top Gear.
Oh, the modern one since the original guys left.
Yeah. When they left, I watched the first couple episodes and I did not like it at all. I was like, damn, Top Gear is ruined for me. But I went back and I watched a later episode recently. I was like, I'll give it another chance. And it was an episode where they went around in tuk-tuks, and it was actually pretty good. I got to admit, they actually did a pretty good job with it.
They look kind of fun.
They do.
They look like it'd be fun to drive.
Yeah, it's not what I would say comfortable, but they are entertaining.
Why do you say that it wouldn't be comfortable? Are they just really small?
They're just small, yeah. Like
Jen would love it.
Perfect size for her.
Her feet might actually reach the pedals.
I don't have a comeback for that.
because it's true.
Damn it.
But yeah, the tuk-tuk is a really interesting little car. They basically, one of the guys said that it is like the most versatile vehicle in the world. So they did racing with it. They took it like off-roading. They did all kinds of stuff.
It's got
with
3 wheels.
Yeah.
How do you take a turn at high speed with 3 wheels? You're gonna just
you assume that they go high speed.
Oh yeah, I guess high speed for those.
Yeah. So high speed for them is like 40.
Oh, that could segue into one of my things.
Could it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, real quick, I would just say that if I was a new football player and I was going to take a car,
tuk-tuk?
No. I think I would actually go with a McLaren.
Really?
Yeah.
Which one? 570, 720?
I don't know. I'd have to think about that a little bit.
You want to be
harder.
humble, so you go 570?
Right, yeah.
Baby Mac?
No, I just go full out P1. But I wouldn't have the budget.
That's true.
Because I only have $100,000.
Yeah, not $100,000.
So I'd probably have to get a used McLaren. But
Yeah.
no, because I love sports cars, but I love the precision of the McLaren.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have as much soul as like a Lamborghini or Ferrari, but they are just so good at what they do.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and I love the precision of the McLaren. So McLaren.
One thing that I've noticed is people that like, especially you and I, but people that are really, really just into cars, just enjoy cars, appreciate cars, they have a real fascination with or a drawing to purpose-built vehicles. Like a Chevy Malibu is just like, okay, it's a car, cool.
Right.
But like cars that like are purpose-built, like a Mustang is purpose-built, a Corvette purpose-built, a Jeep purpose-built.
Yeah.
Like
fair.
these things like that are intended for one thing, it can't do everything.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just cool. Something cool about it. It's artistic and it's fun.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I think that's what kind of drives the love for it is the fact that these machines are built to achieve a goal in as good as they possibly can. And then, as to where a generic car is designed to take you to work and get you home. Not particularly exciting, but
hold all your farts without getting out into the public.
Well, they do have fart filters.
In cars?
Uh-huh.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they're not technically called fart filters.
Uh-huh. Jen, does your car have a fart filter?
I wish.
It needs one.
It really does. Because I make some bad farts.
That's why I don't ride in her car.
That's what I appreciate about your wife. She's honest.
Right?
She understands that the body has functions and hers has functions.
It's the dried squid.
It's the dried squid. Stop eating the squid. I'm telling you.
It's so good.
I disagree.
Jen, if you had $100,000, what car would you take to your football party?
Tuk-tuk.
Tuk-tuk. I didn't see that coming.
No, not at all.
Well, speaking of high speed, did you know the very first speeding ticket ever written? You know about this?
Was it you?
No, it was not me.
Oh, good.
On January 28th of 1896, I found this on Stacker.com. It was a gentleman in Kent, England, by the name of Walter Arnold.
Huh.
And he got a ticket. And according to this statement, he was arrested, but it doesn't say anything about it. It just says he got a ticket. He was going 4 times the posted speed limit in 1896. Do you want to guess what the posted speed limit was or how fast he was going?
Well, back then, cars didn't go as quickly as they do now, at least majority speaking. Was the posted speed limit something like 10?
He had to pay a fine of 1 shilling plus other costs for going the hair-raising speed of 8 miles an hour.
8?
8.
Wow.
This is my favorite part. He was caught and ticketed by a police officer on a bicycle. Isn't that great?
When he was in a car.
Yeah, he was in a car. The posted speed limit was 2, and he got ticketed by a cop on a bike.
Wow.
I can see the cop on the bike just going squeaky, 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 as fast as he could to catch up with that car.
I mean...
Hold it over. Hey. I was riding... So a buddy of mine... I used to ride bikes with him to work each morning. We were trying to be fit like a bunch of idiots. And we were trying to figure out how long it would take us to get from where we were starting to his job.
Okay.
And we averaged 12 miles an hour just at a leisurely pace.
Oh,
at
wow.
12 miles an hour. And this guy got
Wow.
a ticket for going 8.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy. But it was the first speeding ticket ever written.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty crazy. 4 times the legal speed limit at 8 miles an hour.
I told that to Erin last night, and she's like, "You got to be kidding me."
It's so interesting though, like when you take into consideration like how long ago that was and how different it was compared to now. Like we look at it as being stupid,
That's
but
127 years ago.
right? Jeez. But we look at back on it as being dumb, but at the time, you know, like cars only did like apparently 8 miles an hour.
You could run faster than that.
Yeah.
Even in 1896, people still had legs.
Right? I'm pretty confident of that.
Yeah.
I'm curious of your thoughts about this. Birds.
They're not real. They're
Conspiracy
They're-
garage.
they're not real. They're government robots here to survey and spy on us.
That explains what I was going to talk about.
Oh, okay.
I think it's really interesting. Have you ever noticed that when you're just driving around, birds love to swoop down right in front of your car, and sometimes you hit them, and other times it's a near miss.
I hit one a week and a half ago.
Did you? I think they're playing a game.
Okay.
I think birds are chilling out on the power lines, and they're like, "Hey, Bob, see that car right there? I bet you can't swoop down in front of it and be like inches from that bumper. I bet you can't do it." And Bob's like, "Shh, hold my beer."
Birds don't drink beer. They
Right.
drink whiskey. Everybody knows that.
My bad.
That's why they whistle.
Oh, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Whistle from the whiskey. But that's my theory.
That's your theory?
That's my theory.
You want to know what I think about it?
What do you think
Because
about
you
it?
said you want to know you were interested in my thoughts on it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Since we know, obviously,
Right.
that birds aren't real.
Right.
Clearly, it's when they overcharge, because they land on the power lines. That's how they charge.
That makes sense.
And when they overcharge, they get overstimulated, if you will, and they swoop down, and it's sort of a malfunction. Yeah.
And so they're like dive bombing.
If they've been compromised,
Oh, yeah.
and like their signals, like say because their feathers actually protect their signals from outside sources picking
Right,
up
right.
their
You don't-
radio waves.
You don't want them to be controlled by other people or
And
countries.
so when they start losing feathers and their signals get out, then it's they're compromised, and so they have to swoop down and
It's a self-destruct.
yeah, self-destruct.
Ah.
Because it would be very suspicious if they exploded, but they're not. It's not suspicious if they run into cars.
That's true.
I'm telling you.
All right. But so the near misses, is that just them taking a surveillance photo of you?
I mean, that's just. It could be surveillance photo. I don't know, but the near misses could just be playing into making it normal that they do it.
I see.
That way, when
Because
they do
it's-
hit the car, it's like, well, they do it all the time.
That's
There's
true.
nothing suspicious about it.
If like once a year.
On to you, birds. On to you. Stupid pigeons. Pigeon pizza. That's what we need.
Pigeon-
Cook the birds on the pizza.
But then if they're robotic, are they robotic or are they
That-
just controlled?
They're drones.
So they're robotic.
Yep.
How can you put them on a pizza?
What's that?
How would you put them on a pizza?
Stop. No. No. We're not going there.
That's
go
the
in there?
next conspiracy.
So the first car accident happened 5 years before the first speeding ticket in 1891. And unfortunately, it was a dude named James Lambert.
Oh.
He was driving a single-cylinder gasoline car, had another passenger, and it wasn't in England this time. It was in Ohio City, Ohio, in America.
Ohio City.
Yeah.
Does Ohio City, Ohio still exist?
Yep.
Okay.
But he struck a tree root and slammed into a hitching post. If you don't know what a hitching post is, children, that's what they used to tie horses to. So,
Back when they used to have to
Yeah.
tie up their car so the car wouldn't go away.
but yeah, minor injuries, and that precluded a bunch of safety equipment requirements by the U.S. government.
Huh.
So it's James Lambert's fault that we have all these stupid safety requirements. The start of it.
Interesting.
Start of safety, yeah. Thanks,
And that was-
James.
And that's probably why 5 years later they started giving out tickets.
Could have been.
Be
Going
like-
too fast.
Be like
Which-
8 miles an hour, you're gonna hit a tree root and you're gonna crash into a.
Which makes you wonder, like, if the speed limit 5 years later was 2 miles an hour.
Right.
So could the speed limit in 2 miles an hour, like, how much damage could you really cause by hitting a tree root at 2 miles an hour and then a hitching post? If you're doing, let's say he was double the speed limit. He's going 4.
Right.
And he hits a hitching post.
Uh-huh. Like, how weak was the hitching post that it couldn't stop a car at 4 miles an hour?
But then again, the 2 miles an hour was in England, and this is in America, and we do things bigger and better in America. So maybe our speed limit was 8, and he was doing 9, like a rebel.
So in what time?
1891.
Let's see.
Ohio City, Ohio.
Let's look up the speed limit in
I don't think you're
1891.
gonna find it. You might not find it.
According to the new law, cars were
We need
not,
the old law.
I know. But it also says cars were not to exceed 12 miles per hour within city limits and 15 miles per hour on rural or suburban roads.
See? Like, well over what England had it set 5 years later.
Even more than what he got a ticket for.
Yeah. So at the highest, 15 miles an hour. So if he was doing the speed limit,
right,
he's either doing 12 or 15 when he hit a tree stump.
Suspensions were pretty rough back then, weren't they?
Yeah.
I was going to say a tree stump. I guess it depends on how big the stump was.
Yeah, and it was probably still, wooden spoked wheel.
That's true.
Yeah.
Probably was.
Like a horse-drawn carriage without the horses.
Yeah, you just put a motor on it.
Yeah. Remember a couple weeks ago we were talking about car accidents versus helicopter accidents?
Mm-hmm.
So the odds of dying in a car accident are 1 in 5,000. The odds of dying in an aircraft or airplane crash, 1 in 11 million. Telling you. Get a helicopter, man.
So what you're saying is we need to just fly everywhere instead of drive everywhere.
I mean,
Well,
a lot of people fly when they drive.
We're going to have to change our name to Propeller Check.
No. Prop check.
Prop Check. There we go.
Come on, man.
All right. This is why you're
too goofy.
This is why you're the thinking man.
I'm not the thinking man. I'm 42.
Well, you get wisdom with old age.
That's true. Yeah. We're a crown of wisdom.
Right?
I have one more interesting fact.
Okay.
That will blow your mind.
Blow my mind.
So people are very impressed by pit crews on races.
Accurate.
Yeah. Because they can change tires and fill up fuel tanks and clean windshields and
Insanely
so
fast. Yeah.
Like seconds.
Right. Oh,
Like
yeah, absolutely.
Sub 10, just over 10 second type time frame.
Right.
Like we saw in the movie Cars with Luigi. Like he knocked out, Lightning McQueen's tires quick.
And he did it all by himself. He didn't even have a crew.
Yeah. But in November of 1985, the world record for the fastest engine change occurred.
Engine change?
Yeah.
Okay.
They
wow.
changed out an engine. They replaced, not just pulled it out, they replaced an engine in a Ford Escort. And get this, 42 seconds.
42 seconds.
42 seconds.
Wow.
5 British servicemen from Portsmouth, England, practiced removing and replacing an engine every day for 2 weeks, and they did it in 42 seconds on November 21st of 1985.
Wow.
Nuts. 42 seconds.
That is insane.
So when your mechanic says this is going to take a few days, no, I don't think so.
They just don't. They're lazy.
Don't stand for it.
Be like, I want this done in 42 seconds.
Yeah. I know guys that replaced a motor in 42 seconds. The tyranny stops here.
If it takes more than a minute, I'm charging you double time.
This is brake job. This
Right.
you're changing pads, not a whole engine.
Right? No fluids, no wiring, none of that.
I'm telling you, more conspiracies. Those mechanics out there, they're coming after you.
I will say that there was more to that than just a conspiracy. Because I used to work at a car dealership.
That's right.
And there were times where people would bring their car in, and I won't say the name of the company I worked for, and I'm pretty sure that every mechanic and car dealership does this, but you would look up what the repair was, and it would tell you what the estimated time was for that vehicle and what needed to be charged to the customer. And the customer would approve it. It would come back, and the mechanic would get it done in like 15 minutes. But it was like a 3-hour quoted job.
Oh.
So then we would just park the car out in the lot and wait 3 hours and then let the customer know that the car was done.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a severe ethical issue.
That is
It's pretty
screwed up.
It's pretty messed up. I'm not gonna lie.
Wow. And
Yeah.
that's a common practice?
I can only assume so. I worked at 2 different dealerships, and I
So
noticed
this is
it
a
at both.
dealership.
Yes, dealerships. Now at like third-party manufacturers, because like if you go to like a Ford dealership or a Chevy dealership, Ford and Chevy or whatever manufacturer, they have lists that say to do this repair, it takes this much
Yeah.
time, and you charge this amount of money.
Uh-huh.
So that's what the mechanics do.
Wow.
But like at third-party places, they may not be certified to work on your car, but they could be more or less ethical. At least with a car dealership that's certified, like every dealership's going to charge the same amount because they have their rules that they have to follow. But
I mean,
the
on a
fact
serious note, that's very, very, it just supports the fact that you need to learn how to do your own maintenance on your car.
oh yeah,
Because-
it's always good to be able to at least do some basics.
Yeah. Can you change your oil? Can you replace a headlight? Can you
Right.
check your transmission fluids?
Yeah,
Just the basic maintenance.
indeed. Oh, I thought this was interesting. Okay, I will send this to my computer so you can see it. Actually, I'll send it to your iPad so you can look at it.
Did you know that cruise control was invented by a blind person?
Cruise control.
Yeah, look it up.
Huh. Interesting.
What am I looking at? What is this? Is this a
Right?
parade?
No. So this guy created or built a Crown Vic into a pen.
Pen. Yeah, not a writing pen.
Right.
Like a bull pen.
Yeah. For his bull and took it around with him.
What?
Right?
He has horns on the front, coming out of the grill, and then he has this massive bull riding shotgun. Who wants to play shotgun against that guy? Shotgun. No.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Nope. You can have it, buddy.
Yeah, the bull can take it.
Man totes actual humongous pet bull in a Ford sedan. Attracts the police. I wonder why.
Right? Can't imagine why the police would be
Excuse me,
interested.
sir, your bull is not wearing a seatbelt.
But he used a 1996 Ford Crown Victoria. What other car, okay, obviously a truck would be a better suited for this. But if you were going to do this to a car, like the Crown Vic is kind of the perfect vehicle to do it.
Yeah.
It's sturdy. It's body on frame. It's got a V8. Like, he picked the right car. If you're going to do it, you pick the right car.
I don't know if you noticed this. My favorite part about this picture.
Okay.
Look over the rear quarter panel.
It is
covered in bull
it's-
dung. Like, could you? Not only are you going down the road, and this bull is leaving the bull dookie all over the back of your car, but now it's flowing down over the tire and getting flung out everywhere.
You don't want to be.
That is
on the-
awesome.
You don't want to be on the sidewalk when that car goes by.
This dude's not trying to create some sort of, crazy thing. He's taking out his aggressions on other motorists.
That's
Fine, you want to pass me on the right? Go ahead.
yeah. Go for
That
it.
works out for you.
My
Hope you
buddy
got-
here will take care of you.
Hope you got plenty of windshield wiper fluid.
You.
That is a crappy situation.
Right? Literally.
No cringe? Oh, thought I had her on that one. Of course, she's not near the microphone. She cringed a little bit on the inside. I saw her swallow some vomit. She's like, "Brr."
There's a little eye twitch. I see a little eye twitch.
No, I am strong.
I am strong.
I is strong.
Speaking of bull dookie,
Okay.
do either of you, because if you don't, I do, and I can share mine, or if you do, we can share all of each other's. Do either of you have a car poop story?
What?
A story that involves poop and cars?
Poop and cars.
Because I have one.
The closest thing I can think of is when I was actually with you, and I was eating some chocolate. I was eating some candy, and a piece of it fell, and I didn't know it between my legs, and then it looked like I.
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's not poop.
Yeah, but that's the closest that I can think of
Okay.
that I've had
Jen?
to.
Nothing interesting. Just
Okay.
trying to dodge those cow trailers.
Yeah, those are, oh boy. Mm-hmm. And they smell terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And it always sucks when you come up behind one of those trailers and you don't know if it has animals in it until you start to be like, is it raining? And there's no clouds in the sky. And you're like, oh, no, it's not raining.
Or when they take a turn on an off-ramp and you see all the urine just kind of like flow out onto the, yeah.
Yeah. It's gross.
Okay, so to get off the gross topic.
Okay.
No, we're staying on it. When I was in the military, we went to Hawaii multiple times, and there was one instance where we had been there a few times at this point, and one of the guys that I flew with, he recommended that we go to this place on the North Shore in Hawaii. He's like, man, we got to go to this place. It's a seafood joint. It's amazing. It's up on the North Shore of the island. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll go check it out. So we go up to this place. And, of course, Ricky, I know you're watching. Why wouldn't you be watching this? I don't mean to, air your dirty laundry, if you will. You'll see why I said that.
Okay. I'm getting a hint.
So Ricky recommends we go to this place. And we go up there. We all order seafood. Mm-hmm. Ricky orders a hamburger.
Okay. Seems pretty
so
standard.
He recommends we got to go to this seafood joint on the North Shore. It's awesome. And then the guy that recommended the seafood joint orders a hamburger. Our suspicions are already aroused, right?
Right.
And so we're sitting there, we're ordering, and it was the first time I tried calamari, which, by the way, not for me. I'll just say that. Not for calamari, not for me.
Right.
So
okay.
You can keep your squid.
It's like the cheese sticks of the seafood world.
It was fried calamari, and it was like I was expecting like a mozzarella stick sort of consistency, and it wasn't. It was like if you fried a gummy worm that tasted like poop. Anyway.
I wonder if they overcooked it.
Oh, it was so bad.
If was it super rubbery?
I was gonna say, I
think they overcooked it.
I feel like maybe that you did not have the best calamari in the world.
But it ruined my taste for calamari for trying it ever again.
I mean, considering that the guy who recommended it did not get seafood,
yeah.
I'm not confident in
Have you ever had alligator?
No.
It's pretty good.
Alligator, like that squishiness that it has to it?
Mm-hmm.
Like that multiplied by 10.
Ooh,
it was chewy. It was like eating a gummy worm that you couldn't bite into. It was just like over and over chew.
Yeah, no. You need to go to a
Overcooked?
better restaurant. Yeah,
Okay.
that was overcooked.
So anyway, Ricky takes us to a seafood joint, orders a burger.
Mm-hmm.
We all eat. We're all feeling fine. And we leave, and at this particular area, on our way back to the hotel, there was construction going on the main highway.
Mm-hmm.
And so we were stuck in construction for, 20 minutes we hadn't moved. And we were sitting there for so long that we just shut the engine off because it was getting hot. And we were just hanging out, looking at the ocean and the construction and everything, what was happening.
Right.
Ricky, from the back seat, I was sitting in the middle. He was next to me on the passenger side. He's like, oh, guys, we got to get to the hotel quick. We're like 3 miles away, man. Get out and walk if you need to. And he's like, no. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, that burger is not settling right.
Oh, no.
And so we look out the window, and there's a porta potty, like, right outside the door.
Oh, because of the construction. Okay.
Yeah, and so we're in Hawaii. We're all wearing, like, board shorts and swim trunks and T-shirts or, tank tops, nothing.
Right.
And so we're like, dude, there's a porta potty right there. If you can't hold it, go. So he gets out of the car, goes into the porta potty. He's in there for, like, 3 to 4 minutes.
Okay.
And then after that time goes by, the door opens up. We just see, like, the top half of his head kind of peeking out. He's like, hey, guys, can you toss me my towel? And we're like, why? He's like, I didn't make it. We're like, what? No. So we toss him his towel. He comes out wearing just a towel, right? He walks over to the car.
No.
We're like, dude, what is that smell?
Gross.
Did you fall in the porta potty?
Oh.
He goes, no. I had to leave my swim trunks in there. I didn't make it. And there's nothing in there to wash himself off with.
Right.
So he's got like stained like caca all over his legs and
oh no.
And he had to get in and sit next to him. I was like, you sit on the trunk, man. You're not getting here next to me. Right. So this guy's wrapped in nothing but a towel. He left his swim trunks in the porta potty in Hawaii.
Oh, I feel bad for the next person who needs to use that porta potty.
Oh, it was so bad. And yeah, so he in the Air Force, if you're an air crew, you don't pick your own call sign. So like in movies like Top Gun, where they have these cool call signs like Viper and Maverick, That's
not
not
reality.
That's not realistic because your call sign is something that you earn by doing something stupid,
Not by doing something cool.
not by doing something cool. And so, yeah, if you have a cool call sign, you created it yourself, and you just try to sell it.
Right.
So anyway, so Ricky's call sign became Spolin for spastic colon. So that was his call sign. What was the other one? Butterfly hunter, because he would always just kind of like wander off. So he was part
Nice.
Filipino, if that helps at
Oh.
all. So I know you've got a background in that.
I mean, yeah, and our stomachs aren't exactly the greatest either.
Yeah. So
When it comes to our colons, oh man.
yeah. So I'd be interested, if any of our viewers, because I know we have thousands of them, have an interesting poop story when it involves cars or
Cars.
road trips.
Yeah.
Send it in. I have another one too. I'll share it another day.
Yeah,
It's
this
not
is-
my story, but I have another story
Right.
about pooping in vehicles.
Ricky's going to
Wow.
be like, I freaking hate you.
He's used to it. He's used to it. He had so many call signs. I think at one point his call sign was call sign because he had so many that we just like, your call sign's call sign. What is your ultimate pet peeve in a car?
Oh. Why?
When people put their feet on the dash.
That's mine too. People put their feet on the dash or
yeah.
out of the window.
Get your nasty feet off of the dash.
Yeah.
Also, if we get in an accident, your legs are
But when people put their feet on the dash, I have to stop myself from praying that they get into a car accident. I hope you get in a no, please don't get in a car accident, please.
Yeah. No, I hate that as well. It is just, it's stupid because it's dangerous.
So
it's
we'll-
also disrespectful.
We all have the same pet peeve.
I wouldn't say that's my biggest pet peeve, but it
Okay.
is definitely a pet peeve.
What's your biggest pet peeve then?
My biggest pet peeve is actually people who are getting onto the highway not getting up to speed to merge onto the highway.
Oh yeah.
It's like
She's like, oh yeah, that one too.
Oh.
That
it's
too.
like the you're the one merging. You don't get on a 60, 70 mile an hour road at 40 and expect everybody else to slow down. You're merging. Get up to speed. That's why you have an on-ramp. It's like, get up to speed. If you're at the same speed as the people on the highway, you'll find it's so easy to just slip right in.
Yeah.
So easy. It's like butter. But no, everyone wants to get on the highway at freaking 40.
So that's your biggest pet peeve?
That's probably my biggest pet peeve.
Okay.
I'm surprised it's not, because you're both semi-drivers.
Oh,
I'm
that's-
surprised.
That's a
No,
whole
I'm a-
separate. That's a whole.
Oh, you were just
separate-
talking about cars.
Yes.
I was gonna say people who speed up, get in front of you, and then slow down.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hate
if
that
you if
too.
you want to talk about semi-driving, that is one of the most annoying things. One of the most annoying things about driving
Yeah.
a semi.
Like, just so
I
you
said
know,
that really funky.
the massive amount of space left between the front of a semi and the car that they're following is intentionally left there by the semi driver as a safety gap.
Right.
So because if you're fully loaded, it will take you a football field, if not longer, to stop.
Yeah.
And so when you speed up to get in front of, now they have to slow down to increase that gap again. Then the next guy comes in. That's why semis are going so slow.
Right.
You have to understand these things. Like, drive beyond your own dashboard.
Right.
And realize what's going on outside of the world of you.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's super annoying when somebody, they don't want to be behind you. You're just cruising down the road. You're doing the speed limit, whatever. And then whoever decides that, oh, I don't want to be behind that semi. And so they go around you, and then they're like, oh, yeah, I also don't want to do the speed limit. So then they slow down in front of you. And then you have to make the decision, okay, do I just slow down to the same speed that they're doing, or do I go around them? And because you're in a semi, like, if your semi's limited to 60, for example, because a lot of them are, you can be doing 60 and the guy in front of you is doing 59. So you get over and you slowly pass them, and then they decide, oh yeah, no, I still don't want to be behind the semi. So then they speed up, and you're like, pick a speed, just pick a speed.
Yeah.
It's so annoying. Sorry. When you're a semi driver, you develop what our father called, because he was a semi driver for a very long time, you develop trucker road rage. Even if you're the calmest person in the world, because I'm actually a very calm person, in my normal life. But as a semi driver, you develop trucker road rage because people are just so stupid around semi trucks. It
Yeah.
truly is insane.
Yeah. Truck drivers, they're really trying to be as helpful as possible, but they're so limited by so many different things. And
Right.
it's weird. Like, I used to teach truck driving, and it's amazing to see people, like, you can, in their eyes, you can see them sort of like turn this corner where they'll go out on the road the first 2 or 3 times, and they're like, man, now I understand it. Well, now I'm not going to be so, judgmental or so this or so hateful. Like me, I don't like being behind a semi either when I'm driving, and I have driven semis for a long time. And
Right.
same with you. I'm like, nobody likes to be around or behind them.
Yeah.
But like I said, drive beyond your own dashboard and realize what they're having to deal with, and have a little sympathy, compassion, and understanding, and work together. You're all sharing the road. It's about sharing.
Right.
You know?
No, I got to get there first.
Now.
No.
And just so you're aware, Richard's staying more calm about this because he no longer drives a semi.
No.
I still do. So
Yeah.
I'm a little more passionate about it.
And on a lighter note,
Uh-huh.
to help, maybe this will calm you down a little bit.
Right.
On a lighter note, I've heard a rumor from different people that they don't want to do the, honk your horn thing anymore. They're like, don't do that. Truck drivers don't like that. As a driver, I loved it.
Right.
Like, I was like, please, if I see kids even not doing it, I'll honk the horn or pull the air horn,
Right.
something. Just because I think it's fun.
Yeah.
I passed a school bus one time when I was over the road, and all the kids in the back of the bus, they're all doing it, and I'm like, burm, burm, I'm doing the thing.
Uh-huh.
And as I'm passing, I get up to where the driver was in, and she was yelling at the kids to stop doing it. Like, sit down, stop, no, yelling. And so I kind of slowed down, and I paced right next to the driver window until she looked over at me, and then I just, like, laid onto it. Just
Nice.
and then, yeah. It's like, come on, man, it's fun.
Yeah. No, I definitely like to pull the air horn when someone gives me the sign.
Yeah.
Although it's a bit of a problem in my current truck. Not that it
don't
doesn't
have an air
have it.
horn?
It does have an
Is
air
it a
horn.
button?
It's not a button. It is the string.
Okay.
And it's even on the left side, just like you would think it would be. Like everything about it is the way you want it to be, except the air horn itself.
Oh.
It is the wimpiest sounding air horn
Really?
I've ever heard in my life. Like you think of a semi like,
Yeah.
This thing is literally like, what? It's so wimpy and sad. It's
What?
so wimpy. Yeah.
It should go ching ching.
It's like they took it off the bicycle of that police officer in England.
Oh, yeah.
That's what happened. Yeah, I was backing. I did a residential delivery, and the road dead end. And the guy told me, "Yeah, the roundabout back there is not big enough for your truck." So I had to back out of the residential, across the intersection. When I got to the intersection, I went to blow the air horn to let people know I was coming across, and I was like,
He's just,
like, don't look at me, don't look at me.
hope nobody saw that I know. So embarrassing.
Yeah, no, the air horn on my truck is so sad.
That's awesome.
And also too, on a little bit of a lighter note, if you're one of the people who do yield to semi trucks and actually like give us room and try to help us out and make it easier for our day-to-day lives, thank you for doing that, because there are plenty of people who actually make our lives easier by backing up or waiting, stuff like that. Thank you for doing that, because it is genuinely helpful. So thank you.
And if you see Jason driving around in his truck, honk your horn, make him feel insecure.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate that.
Oh, did you know? In California,
Okay.
the state, it is illegal to jump between cars if the cars are traveling at more than 65 miles an hour.
Wait, so
I don't know why they
Jump-
wrote that law, but it's a law.
jump like physically from out of one vehicle to another?
No, like just standing on the ground jumping. So if they're going 64 or slower, it's legal. It's for reasons that apparently only make sense in California, like a lot of things that don't make sense.
Right.
It is illegal to jump between cars that are traveling at more than 65 miles per hour. For any car traveling slower, it is apparently okay.
But why?
That's the only
Is-
question.
is-
You're supposed to
is
be
it
coming
like-
up with a scenario.
Is it like parkour? Like parkour people try to do that.
why?
Parkour.
Hardcore.
They have like these speedometers
know.
that they have to hold out. They're like, oh no, that one's going too fast. We can't jump to that one.
Yeah. It's,
Oh, that one's fine. We can jump to that one.
Could you imagine the officers are like, oh no, he's wait a second.
64.
Damn it. It's like I really wanted to pull that guy over.
Would have gotten 2 tickets on that one.
Yeah. That is just so weird. Although I say it's weird, but last I checked, Kansas has it on the books as a law that you cannot have a bathroom indoors.
I'm not aware of that one.
Yeah, last I checked, like supposedly there is an actual law
Uh-huh.
that says that you're not allowed to have a bathroom inside your house.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, you've never heard about that?
No.
I looked.
That's why
I
I'm
looked
reacting. Like, what the hell?
That's fair enough. But I looked up a website one time a while back of weird laws that are actual laws.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember right, it was in Kansas. It could have been in a different state, but there was one of them that was it is illegal to have a bathroom in your house.
Wow. Did you know I'm not sure if this was a county or a state or a city, but there's a law in our area that says you can get a ticket or citation for spitting on a sidewalk.
For spitting on a
Yeah,
sidewalk?
you can spit
Really?
on the street, but you
But
can't
not
spit
on
on
the
the
sidewalk.
sidewalk.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm
Does it-
pretty confident that no one enforces that.
There is one in North Carolina that is quite controversial,
Oh.
if you want to hear about it. Did you know in North Carolina,
Mm-hmm.
on Sundays at noon,
Okay.
you can legally beat your wife on the courthouse steps with a stick no bigger than a broom handle? Only on Sundays on the courthouse steps.
Only at noon.
Yeah, at noon on Sundays on the courthouse steps.
So you have a minute.
You have about a minute. Yeah, about 60 seconds.
What the heck?
That is
We
crazy.
in no way
That is-
are condoning, and this is like a factual thing on this show.
Right? Yeah, this
no
is
way
actually something
condoning
factual.
domestic violence or anything.
Oh, God, no, yeah.
There's also contradicting laws in the city of Wichita, Kansas.
Really?
Yeah, so there's still a
Oh,
law
what?
on the books that says when you cross Main Street at Douglas,
I think I've heard of this.
yeah, you're required to fire one shot into the air of a shotgun blast to announce your crossing.
Right?
But at the same time, there's also a law that says you can get charged for discharging a firearm in city limits. So which is it, Wichita?
Right.
When did they make that law about shooting your shotgun?
That
Like
was-
back in the Western
Yeah, that's
times?
during the Old West with
Okay.
horse-drawn carriages prior to vehicles.
Right.
Gotcha.
So sorry, I
So
know
they
this is an
just-
auto-related thing, but
Well, I mean, police drive cars and police enforce laws,
that's true, and they have guns.
right? So it all comes together.
Yeah, full
Here's your
circle.
loophole.
6 degrees.
Yeah. We discuss anything that can or could be related to cars,
Connected to cars. Car connected.
right?
Yeah,
The car connected channel.
Even poop.
yeah.
Even poop.
I mean, that's kind of the essence of our name, Brake Check. It's like, hold on, hang on. Stop the presses here real quick.
Right?
Let me check the brakes on this one.
Exactly. Well, I think we're out of topics and we don't have a superhero car of the week. So that's our exit.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Have a good one. Bye.